Okay, it's a great day to be in real estate. This is Duanebeisner, sales manager and sales representative for ERA Real Estate. For my quote of the day, every man's work, whether it be literature or music or pictures or architecture or anything else, is always a portrait of himself, by Samuel Butler, who was an English writer. For the joke of the day, a plane was taking off from Kennedy Airport. After it reached a comfortable cruising altitude, the captain made an announcement over the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome to flight number 293 nonstop from New York to Los Angeles. The weather ahead is good and therefore we should have a smooth and uneventful flight. Now sit back and relax. Oh my God! Silence followed. And after a few minutes, the captain came back on the intercom and said, Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry if I scared you earlier, but while I was talking, the flight attendant brought me a cup of coffee and spilled the hot coffee on my lap. You should see the front of my pants. A passenger and coach said, That's nothing. He should see the back of mine. And for Duane's business tip of the day, it's not enough to think outside the box. You have to act like you are out of the box. Think about that. For the Darwin Award of the day, two co-workers decided to celebrate 4th of July in their own special way. The plan? They loaded an old washing machine with 10 pounds of firecrackers, lit a fuse, dropped the lid, and ran. Nothing happened. 20 minutes later, they decided that the fuse was dead and they went back to try again. Presumably, neither was aware of the chemical friendship between oxygen and fire. As they lifted the lid, the entire washer exploded, landing them both in the hospital for several days. Shrapnel from the washer spread in a 25-foot radius, leaving a large crater in its wake. Considering the impact crater, each perpetrator suffered relatively minor wounds and burns. For my social commentary, the last thing, someone who is unemployed needs to be told that they shouldn't even apply for the limited number of job openings that are available. But some companies and recruiters are doing just that. Employment experts say that they believe companies are increasingly interested only in applicants who have a job. Some job postings include restrictions such as unemployed candidates will not be considered or must be currently employed. These explicit limitations have occasionally been removed from listings when an employer or recruiter is questioned by the media, though. Even if companies don't spell out in a job listing that they won't consider someone who currently doesn't have a job, experts said that unemployed applicants are usually ruled out right off the bat. Most executive recruiters won't look at a candidate unless they have a job, even if they don't like to admit it, said Lisa Singer, a human resources consultant from Millburn, New Jersey, specializing in media and publishing jobs. She said when she proposes candidates for openings, the first question she's often asked by the recruiter is if they currently have a job. If the answer is no, she's typically told the unemployed candidate will not be interviewed. They think they must have been laid off for performance issues, she said, adding that this is a myth in a time of high unemployment. It's not against the law for companies to exclude the unemployed when trying to fulfill positions, but Judy Conte, a lobbyist for the National Employment Law Project, said the practice is a bad one. Now for the real estate news. Big news, the Senate extended the tax credit closing deadline. If you're aware, the $8,000 federal tax credit, basically you had till the end of June to actually close escrow to get that credit. With the long wait on a lot of these short sale listings that a lot of these buyers have offers on, a lot of people didn't make it. So basically, the U.S. Senate voted Wednesday to extend that home buyer tax credit closing deadline to September 30th, which gives an estimated 180,000 buyers who met the contract deadline of April 30th extra time to close the transaction. The extension was added to a bill to pay for jobless benefits. The National Association of Realtors estimates that 1/3 of qualified applicants have been notified that they will be unable to close by the deadline. The Mortgage Bankers Association says delays are caused largely by the volume of transactions. Of course, the measure still has to be approved by the House, but it probably will. On the census, they found out that the home size continues to decline. Census data show that the average square footage of a single-family home dropped from 2,438 feet in 2009 after peaking at 2,521 square feet in 2007. The decline of the early 80s turned out to be temporary, but this time the decline is related to phenomena such as an increased share of first-time home buyers, a desire to keep energy costs down, smaller amounts of equity in existing homes to roll into the next home, tighter credit standards, and less focus on the investment component of buying a home, says National Association of Home Builders chief economist David Crow. Many of these tendencies are likely to persist and continue affecting the new home market for an extended period. The data indicates that 34% of new single-family homes had 4 or more bedrooms in 2009, down from 39% in 2005. But the number with 3 bedrooms rose to 53% from 49% over the same time span. Additionally, 37% of new family homes had 2 bathrooms in 2009, up from 35% in 2008, and the number with just 1 story rose to 47% last year from 43% in 2007. Regionally, the data shows that 99% of homes in the South had air conditioning versus 88% nationwide. 30% of homes had 3-car garages in the Midwest versus 17% nationally. And 74% of the homes in the Northeast had vinyl siding versus 34% nationwide. Riveting information, which is why I'm sure you're always tuning into these videos. Anyway, I want to say it once again, this is the best buyer's market you and I will ever see in our lifetimes here. So if you or anybody you know is looking to buy or sell a home in this marketplace, give us a call. Anywhere in the world we can help you. ERA is a global company. And if you're thinking about getting into real estate, give me a call. I'd love to talk with you and tell you what the process entails. This is Duane signing off. Happy trails to you. And as always, I'm proud to be an American. Thank you for listening.